Hello everybody, my name is George Hachey of George Hachey Artwork, and today, no, I'm not here to talk about my artwork, but it's for a person that I made a preview for. One of my Facebook friends, Nini Nadeau. I call her my online wife. Well, I called, like, she's a hunter, and I made a few calls for her, and she said, you should put that on video. So I decided I'm going to make this special video for my online wife. And I say hi to her husband too, Nini Nadeau. They're very good people, and I was invited to go hunt in that area because of the way I call, I guess. Well, anyway, I'm going to show you different calls. I call ducks, I call geese, I call moose, deer, and she said, you have to make a video. So here it is for my online wife, Nini Nadeau. Now I'm going to call the moose. I'm going to call the cow moose at first. That was a cow moose. Now let's say if a cow is being bothered by a young bull, this is what she sounds like. Now the bull, when he comes to the call, he goes like this. And now for the deer. When I saw a deer on the side of the road once, and I thought, I'm going to try this. And I tried it, and guess what? It works. I can get closer to deer by doing this than any time before. So when I see a female, like a doe, if I want to approach a deer or whatever to call the doe, all I do is ah, ah, ah. And if I see them, what I do is like this. Ah, ah. So they think it's the tail of a deer, and you can move closer. And now the buck with his rut, he goes like this. And then you just sit and wait. And now for the beavers, I went, as a photographer, I used to sit like from morning to night for the beavers. I used to damage the beaver dam just a little bit, then wait until they come out to fix it. And one day I was sitting there waiting, and I heard this, and a small one. And I thought, what is that? So I got up slowly and I looked, and sure enough, it was a couple of beavers. So now when I see beavers in the beaver dam, if they see me from a distance and they splash, swoosh, I start doing this. And I got some really good close-ups by doing that. They come right up and they're right relaxed. I was at my father's camp once, and there was a stand for the moose hunting, and we saw a beaver. So I told my dad, says, I'm going to call him to show you that I can bring him over. And when I started calling, the beaver went away. So I was quite upset. I thought, man, it didn't work. So my father also laughed at me. He said, hi, it didn't work this time. So anyway, sure enough, a few seconds after, he turned around, came back up, and he was swimming right underneath us, looking at us up in the tree stand as I was calling. Yeah, and also, it also works on beavers and muskrats. So, and also now for the ducks, just the regular mallards and stuff, I just go, and sometimes if you act like a duck in a panic, like, that also brings them in. And the one that she kind of liked the most was when I call for the Canada geese. And the Canada geese, I've got some awesome shots. And I was also taking pictures once behind the chateau, and there was a couple of geese swimming, I'm sure, a good 1,000 yards away. And I saw them, and I told the boys, I says, I call geese, I said, I'm going to try to call them in. And I called, and the geese took off, and they swam across, and they swam right in front of, well, quite a distance away, all the way out. I mean, no way close to us. So, of course, they started laughing at me. And it wasn't a few seconds, they turned around and they flew right over our head. Yeah, and the way I call geese is like this. And that's how I call wildlife in New Brunswick. And that's for my online wife, Nini Nadeau. I'm glad to have a friend like you guys. It's fun to chat with you. And it keeps, you know, since I don't go out and I stay hidden, it's nice to have friends. So this is for you guys. For my online wife and her husband. Take her easy, guys. And we'll talk to you guys later.